tells me that there's no way out.
Alright, so it's been about 1 month since I competed, so I figured I would make a video about how to transition out of a contest prep or extreme fat loss diet and back to a healthy body fat level. First and foremost, this advice is intended for people who have gotten significantly below the body fat percentage that their body deems to be homeostatic. So for most people, that will be below 10% body fat. Competing in bodybuilding is really cool and you might look awesome, but the truth is, if you actually get lean enough to compete, you feel like absolute crap. You have no energy, and even worse, your hunger signaling mechanisms are completely dysregulated. This is predominantly because of changes in two hormones called ghrelin and leptin. I won't get into nitty-gritty detail about the biochemistry of these molecules, but I will tell you why they're important. Ghrelin is often referred to as the hunger hormone because it is primarily responsible for stimulating your appetite. It signals to your brain that you are hungry. Leptin, on the other hand, is responsible for signaling that you are full. By doing this, it regulates energy balance by preventing overeating. When you get below the body fat percentage that your individual physiology deems to be homeostatic, your body begins changing levels of ghrelin and leptin to try to get you to eat more. To be clear, there is no definite cutoff point when this starts happening. It happens more so on a gradient. That is to say, the changes become more extreme the leaner you get. Ghrelin levels increase and leptin levels plummet, leaving you feeling more hungry than usual. And if you get really lean, then satiety essentially disappears entirely. You usually end up feeling more hungry after a meal than when you started eating it. This makes sense from an evolutionary biology standpoint, since your body doesn't know that you are intentionally restricting calories. It is simply doing what is best for your survival. Your body thinks that you're experiencing some kind of famine and that you've stumbled across a food source in the wild, so of course it's going to try to get you to eat as much as possible. This is where things can get really bad. Even though people in the fitness and bodybuilding space don't like to talk about this, the risk for developing an eating disorder if you compete is significantly higher than if you do not. And again, this is not the fault of the competitor, it is simply your body's natural reaction to getting excessively lean, since it's designed to ensure your survival. With that being said, let's get into some strategies that you can use after competing to transition back to a healthy body fat level. The first suggestion I have is to change your mindset as it relates to your physique and body fat level. Don't be afraid of eating more, gaining fat, or looking different. This is a hurdle for many people, myself included, because being crazy shredded looks freaking awesome. While it looks awesome, it certainly doesn't feel awesome, and it's not healthy to be that lean all the time. So you need to accept the fact that gaining some body fat is the best thing you can do for yourself after competing. Believe me, I've tried to stay too lean for too long and it did not go well. You will spin your wheels in the gym and make no progress whatsoever, all while feeling like absolute crap. So work on reinforcing the idea that gaining body fat is not only okay, it's necessary. To add to this, you're probably not gaining as much body fat as you think you are. You've gotten so used to seeing yourself at an extremely low body fat that it has become your new normal. So any fat added to that looks very extreme to your lean physique adapted eyes. Keep that in mind when coming out of a contest. You also need to keep in mind that not every pound you gain is fat. It's also water, glycogen in your liver and muscles, and probably some lean tissue as well. As far as the rate of weight gain goes, I would be more aggressive in the beginning, gaining up to 2 to 3 pounds per week until you start to feel normal. Once you're fully recovered, you can then take a more conservative approach as you would in any normal bulking phase. The second suggestion I have is to keep the same strategies that you used on your fat loss diet, except with a higher daily calorie intake. This means incorporating low-calorie foods like fruits and veggies, generally avoiding hyperpalatable, calorically dense foods like cookies, ice cream, desserts, and fried foods, drinking plenty of fluid to stretch out the lining of your stomach to signal fullness to the brain, or whatever strategies you implemented in your contest prep. I also want to advise against doing anything too excessive with cheat meals right after your show, since eating high amounts of salt coupled with high amounts of water in a depleted state can get a bit dangerous, especially if you're on the enhanced side of things. My third suggestion is to allow yourself to eat past your planned calorie limit for the day if you are still hungry before bed. No, that doesn't mean you should eat an additional 1,500 calories at the end of the day, but it does mean that you can satisfy your urge to eat. My personal favorite approach is to aim for a particular number of calories as my limit for the day, and then if I feel the urge to continue eating after I've hit that limit, then I just eat very low calorie fruits like strawberries, watermelon, blueberries, or apples. This way I only end up going a few hundred calories above where I wanted to be, while simultaneously satisfying my desire to eat. My last suggestion is to be patient. Don't expect to feel normal again right away. Recovering from a contest prep that truly pushed your limits can take up to a few months in some cases. It's been over a month since my show and I am still returning to baseline. Even though gaining back fat may not be ideal for things like social media, it is ideal for being healthy and making progress in the gym. So don't let the pressures of the online fitness space get to you. Start eating more and start enjoying your life again. Follow, like, comment, and share if you found this useful, and I will see you guys in the next video.